All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And of course, thanks for subscribing. We truly appreciate the support. Now that FSD Beta 10.69.3.1 has gone wide or semi-wide based on your car's build, it's time to take a look back. It's time to look at the system that we've implemented in terms of scoring and see how each individual build compare and contrast against one another. We've taken several drives with some build, we've taken one drive with other builds, but we're going to average them out and we're going to give them a letter grade and we're going to see how they compare against one another to see how FSD Beta is growing and evolving or regressing in certain instances. For those of you that are new to the channel, our scoring system is based on several criteria that we use to subjectively rate the car's performance with every drive. And for every new build that we get, we drive the same test paths over and over again. So it's an apples to apples comparison each and every time. Our scoring criteria is as follows: level of comfort, decision making, safety, and confidence. For some builds, we've gotten all those factors factored in, and some builds we've only got level of comfort, decision, and safety. So let's start out by going back to the first build that we used to implement this scoring system, FSD Beta 10.69.2.2. For that particular build, we were pretty much confident in what it did, but here's how the score breaks down. Level of comfort, 7. Decision making, 5. Safety, 6. We hadn't yet implemented confidence, so that's omitted. Averaging those scores up, we come up with an average of 6, which is a D in terms of a letter grade. Moving on to the next build, 10.69.2.3, we got a level of comfort of 5, decision making of 5, safety of 6, and confidence of 7. That averages out to about 5.75, which in letter grades terms is going to be an F. Now, it doesn't mean a failure. It just means that it got an average of that particular score, which in letter grade converts to an F. We're not looking at pass fail here. We're just looking at the numbers as they pertain to the criteria that we set. The next build is 10.69.2.4, which not a lot of people actually got, but was also worse off than 10.69.2.3. For level of comfort on that build, we got 5. We got decision making of 5, safety of 5, and no confidence there. So we got an average of 5, which is lower than 10.69.2.3 appropriately, and also gets a letter grade of an F. Okay, so as you can see so far, 10.69.2.2 was the best of the builds that we've gotten up until this point, with 10.69.2.3 being a little bit regressive, but also taking into consideration the confidence metric here that we're adding that we didn't add for 10.69.2.2, and then 10.69.2.4 was very regressive, very bad overall. That's the general sentiment across the board. Now we jump up to 10.69.3 and things kind of change. So number one, we see level of comfort is now an 8, decision making is a 6, safety is a 7, and confidence is a 7, which averages out to a 7, which is about a C, C minus, which is pretty good. Okay, so a huge upgrade from the previous builds and sort of a step change in anticipation of version 11, which is supposed to be even better. And then now we go into the wide release or the semi-wide release, because based on the build that you're on, if you're on a newer build on the .40 release in terms of your software, you're not going to be able to get FSD Beta just yet because Tesla would need to roll back features, and it typically doesn't do that. So if you have a software build of .40, or you see the number 40 in your build number for software, you likely will not be able to get FSD Beta even if you request it and your safety score is good, or safety score is negligible at this point anyway. You just won't be able to get it because the build of FSD Beta is not on the same branch as .40, and it just doesn't make sense to roll back features to be able to get FSD Beta. So sit tight, it's coming soon. Version 11 will be even better, so just sit tight. That said, the latest build here is going to be 10.69.3.1, and here's where we look at level of comfort. We got here for this particular drive was an 8, decision making was a 7, step up from the last one, safety was a 7, and confidence was an 8 on this particular one. So now we get an average of 7.5, which is a C, up from a C minus, if you will. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. That's the compare and contrasting here where we are. You can start to see that there's areas where the system has advanced, areas where the system has regressed a bit, but then areas where they course correct and it advances again and gets back to the level of comfort, the level of confidence, the level of safety and decision making that we are expecting with these newer builds. And we only anticipate that version 11 is going to be even better. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your experience has been like with 10.69.3.1 if it's your first time in the beta. If you've been in the beta for a while, you've been experiencing the incremental increases, in some instances regressions. Let us know. What do you think is the best build so far to date? Which build are you most confident in? And also let us know where you are. We're East Coast here, so this is an East Coast biased review based on the performance in the East Coast. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and until the next time, enjoy your day and enjoy your Tesla.